Hi, everyone. I hope you had a good Monday. Today for class, when you click on pacing schedule for Unit 4 and scroll down to November 10th, you're going to have a warm-up over growth rates are crucial. And you're going to want to record an entry in your notebook after watching. And your notebook can be accessed at sheets.google.com if you made that copy yesterday. Okay. After that, read through the Federalist versus Anti-Federalist Google Doc, okay, which is right here. And this is going to give the two different arguments that the Federalists made and the Anti-Federalist. Okay, so this is the time period after the Constitution has been written, and now they have to get it amended and get it ratified. Okay, so in order to do that, two main sides kind of form, the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. Okay, the Federalists believed in a strong central government. Okay, so they believed in a big national government. Okay, where the Anti-Federalists thought the new government, the Constitution, would take too much power away from the states. Okay, so what you kind of have here emerging in the process of ratifying the Constitution and agreeing that this is the document we're going to use is you have the two different arguments, the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. Okay, the Anti-Federalists are actually against the Constitution because they believe the states don't have enough power. Okay, because in government, there's going to be the national government, the state's government, and then the local government. Okay, typically in the news, what you hear about the most is the national government. Okay, but really, the state's government is kind of the thing that almost affects you more on a day to day life because they have a lot of power in the state of Indiana. Okay, but you still have that balance of power. Okay, so where should the national government's powers be and where should the state's government's powers be? Okay, you kind of saw that come up in the election. Each state has their own different election laws. That is because the Constitution gives that power to the states. So that's why it's sometimes frustrating. But on the flip side, some people like it between the states and the national government, between who should have that power. Okay, where it's different state to state, each election law. Okay, so for example, in Michigan, you can show up on election day and register to vote. Okay, in Indiana, you can't do that. You have to register to vote a month before the election. Okay, I think it's like a month and a half before. Okay, so that's kind of an example of differences that you see in today's world. Okay, so this stuff sounds like it happened 200, 300 years ago, but this is stuff that's still affecting us even today. And that's kind of why it's important, is because as you kind of grow your views on government, you're going to either kind of believe in a strong central government, or a stronger national government, or you're going to believe in kind of a smaller national government, but maybe more power to the states. Okay, those are things that you have to decide as a future United States citizen. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to read through these two different arguments that I kind of summarized a little bit here. After you're done with that, click on the Federalist versus Anti-Federalist Google form. It's right here. It's that third link. Okay, and what you're going to do is there are some different scenarios of arguments. So, like, for example, this group believed the new government should have a strong central government. Okay, we just talked about how that would be an example of the Federalist. Okay, and you just go through and answer the questions and then hit submit. Okay, feel free to use your notes. Feel free to go back to this Google form or this Google Doc for those answers. Okay, if you finish early, make sure that you got the discussion board questions done. It looked like kind of yesterday that some people were struggling with the warm-up. So some people kind of didn't get all the way through this reading. Okay, so go back through, make sure you read it, and then answer the discussion board questions. If you haven't done that yet, then this anti-federalist versus federalist argument is going to be kind of confusing because you're not going to know much about the Constitution. Okay, so make sure you do that first. Okay, and then today what's going to be due is the Google form over anti-federalist versus federalist and the discussion board questions. Both of those are going to be graded and put in the grade book. So make sure you get your answers done for those things. Okay. Lastly, on Wednesday, I know we normally don't have Zooms on Wednesday, but we are going to have a required one for participation credit for today. So this is for Wednesday, and everyone needs to join the Zoom, including the students who are physically in class today. And the reason why is we're going to do a game where we're going to break up into different breakout rooms and look at the Constitution, see who can answer the most questions and find the most information in the Constitution throughout the period. Okay, and if you're in class that day, you'll get your own pocket Constitution that you can kind of go through and read through. If you're not in class, I will send you the electronic version of the Constitution as well. Okay, so we're kind of gonna have just a little bit of fun on Wednesday and a little bit away from grading and a formal assignment. We're gonna have the opportunity to work in groups and things like that, but we gotta make sure that everyone joins Zoom at the start of the period. Okay, that's kind of what we have for the next 2 days. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day.